Hello, welcome to our presentation. My name is Ting-Bing Wu.
And I'm Whitney Cornett. We are currently graduate students at the Conrad N. Hinton College at the University of Houston in Houston, Texas. As part of our curriculum, we are studying services management and have chosen to review the world-renowned brand of Malaysia Airlines. Thank you for watching and please enjoy. Starting with the methodology, we'll be reviewing the brand's history, its mission and goals, the brand identity prism, semiotic square, serve called model, gap analysis, and recommendations. In 1937, air passenger travel and mail services started in Malaya. Trips started from Singapore to Malaya about 3 times a week before eventually expanding to daily services. 10 years later, in 1947, the Malayan Airways Limited was established through the partnership of Singapore European Shipping Enterprises. Throughout the 40s and 50s, the fleet grew with assistance from other British Commonwealth airlines. The airline went public in 1957. In 1966, after Singapore left the Federation, the company changed its name to Malaysia Singapore Airlines. Unfortunately, the two countries did not agree on routes and the direction of company growth. Singapore was eager for international expansion, whereas Malaya was still focused on domestic routes. The company split in half in 1972. Malaysia Airlines System was born. In 1997 to 2005, there was a lot of financial instability. Profit losses were due to poor revenue management and poorly managed fuel costs. After hiring a new CEO, the company saw recovery for the next 5 years. In 2011, there was another round of major unprofitability due to rise in fuel costs and mismanagement, which was the largest in company history. Coupled with financial down spiral, the infamous Flight 370 situation occurred in 2014. This is when a Malaysia aircraft disappeared. This is still a controversial mystery today. Today, the company is now entirely focused on rebranding and restructuring. The newly founded name is Malaysia Airlines Berhad. The company's mission is to provide air travel and transport services that rank among the best in terms of safety, comfort, and punctuality. Its vision is to be an airline uniquely renowned for its personal touch, warmth, and efficiency. For the brand identity prism, we will begin with the physique. Malaysia Airlines is patriotic and it's a flag carrier. The relationship between the customer and the company is meaningful and respectful. The reflection of the customer is experience-seeking and people-oriented. The personality of the brand is fresh and open-minded, and in the picture is Christoph Mueller, the first non-Malaysian CEO. The culture of the brand is accepting and worldly. The internal self-image of the customer is feeling welcomed, whereas externally a customer feels practical. And now we will look at the semiotic square, starting with the corporate giant. These are businessmen with impressive prestige. They expect a full-service carrier with luxury-type amenities. They belong to the primary target audience, business. Then we have your business regulars. These are your everyday business travelers. They mostly fly business class because they fly often and enjoy the affordable yet nice amenities like special lounge services, flight phone calls to do work, and prepared meals. Although similar, these groups differ on level of business prestige. Next, we have the amenity aristocrats. These flyers choose Malaysia Airlines because the brand is a full-service airline without a luxury price. They specifically enjoy the gourmet meals, fully reclining chairs, and premium services. A luxury experience is their priority, and they choose Malaysia because it's affordable compared to the other full-service airlines. Next, we have the amenity appreciators. They are also leisure travelers. They most likely fly economy, but still choose Malaysia Airlines because even economy has cool features such as still getting meals and selecting favorite seats. The amenities are nice to them, but they choose economy because the cheaper prices. The amenities are a nice little bonus they know they'll get. Again, these groups are similar, but differ based on an amenity needs. Now we have your first classers. They share characteristics of the amenity aristocrats and corporate giants. Like the amenity aristocrats, they will pay for the elite hospitality. They choose Malaysia Airlines because the brand has been voted the best crew cabin award the past 7 years. They also share prestige through their reputation and status. These people will always pay for the best of the best, whether they are business or leisure travelers. Lastly, we have the government. They do not share characteristics between amenity appreciators and business regulars. Since Malaysia owns most shares of the company, which is why it's a flag carrier, these are government employees who fly Malaysia because the country is the largest shareholder and is invested in the brand. And now I'm going to hand it over to Bing so she can discuss the reviews of the company and the ServQual model.
To evaluate Malaysia Airlines service quality, we have analyzed 200 customer online reviews from Skytrax, Airline Ratings, and TripAdvisor. Here is the result. About 48% of the review have expressed mixed feelings, which means that they talk about both positive and negative things of Malaysia Airlines. 10% of the customers said that Malaysia Airlines did an excellent job and they will definitely fly with them again. 42% of the customers have mentioned negative issues about experience. Let's first look what are the positive reviews that Malaysia Airlines received. Customers are saying that this airline did a good job for the in-flight cabinet service. Flight attendants are friendly, always smiley, addressing customers' personal needs and responding promptly. No wonder that Malaysia Airlines can be awarded for the best cabinet service for continuous 7 years. The ServQual model can help us to identify potential service issues based on customers' reviews. We have identified 3 areas for improvement. The first is tangible dimension. The specific problem is about tired-looking seats. Reliability is the next area. Customers mentioned about the lack of communication in terms of flight schedule changing and the luggage delivery. The last area that Malaysia Airlines can have space for improvement is the assurance. Examples like staff members were unsure about the check-in and boarding process can lead to an unclear experience. On the basis of ServQual model, we then adapted gap analysis to locate the issues. Tired-looking seats and the confusing check-in process belong to the design gap, which is gap 1. It's the breach of guest expectation and the service delivery. As for the luggage and the flight schedule communication issues are the concerns between service delivery and the guest perceptions. That is a gap for service process, gap 2. Here we provide recommendations for the above issues. The gap 1 tangible issues about tired-looking seat. We suggest the airline can renew the seat or pick more durable materials to improve the quality of seats. The gap 2 issues about the lost luggage and the short notice of flight schedule changing. We understand that both airport and airline are taking care of this part, but the airline can consider using multiple ways to communicate with customers, such as emails, phone calls, and text messages to keep customers posted. As for the assurance issues about confusing check-in process, we suggest the Malaysia Airlines to review their internal communication process and make sure that ground staffs are in the loop. We also recommend the airline to develop an app for online booking and the check-in process. Have a nice flight!